Richie and myself just got to Missouri. This is our first night out. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I just got out to my spot. I just got set up. Not a lot of good buck sign out here. A couple little rubs. Last year, this area right here where we hunted, these trees were all tore up. I mean, they had them just tore up pretty good this time, but I don't see a lot of good signs. So, but that doesn't mean anything. Let's just hang in here and hope like heck. I only need one good buck come through.
For the past 43 years of my bow hunting career, I've only seen 4 drop tine bucks in my life. I wasn't quite sure if this is considered a drop tine, but I thought about shooting it. I was just joking, but he sure is fun to watch. It's truly amazing to sit there and watch these deer in their natural habitat and what they eat and the amount of food that they eat. I tell you what, it's a great way to pass time. And she does not have a clue that I'm 8 yards away from her. And I had the pleasure of watching her for well over an hour. It amazes me when these deer look up at you, how quick they forget what they were looking at. I made a mock scrape on the ground and I put my drag line just above it. I make my own deer lure and the bucks and the does, they seem to like it. I've shot many of bucks doing the exact same thing. I spray all of my clothes in that ASCO UV, and I tell you what, it seems to make you invisible. That's all they do is take a look, then they go on their way.
It's our second morning in Missouri. It's just about shooting light right now. I seen a decent 8-point here last night with a bunch of does. A couple of little guys too walking around, a couple of squirts. So I'm going to sit tight here this morning and I'm going to wish for the best. I hope the good old Lord's with me today. I know there's a big guy in here. I know there is. I've seen some sign. I'd like to see him. Missouri, signing out.
You always like it when you see these guys posture, their ears back, stiff-legged, getting ready for a fight. Looks like they're both about the same size. I don't think they had any reason to fight. This looks like the same guy I was watching yesterday. That amazes me how well they can smell. I dropped one of my batteries from my camera first thing at daylight, and she smelled that. It's too bad we couldn't put another year or two on this guy. I'm looking for his dad, better yet, his grandpa.
Next year is going to be a nice buck. This year he's not quite a shooter. I had him one time at 13 yards, right below my stand. I know there's bigger bucks in here. There's some trees in here that are just tore up. I mean, big trees. Probably about 100 yards that direction over that hill over there, but I can't get a stand on those trees. So I'm hoping something big comes through here tonight. Getting a lot of action anyhow. It's sort of nice. Seen a lot of deer.
Luminox are brighter, more durable, and with replaceable batteries, the longest lasting compound and crossbow lighted Nox on the market, period. When your moment of truth comes, rely on the only lighted Nox trusted by the best. Luminox. Light 'em up at luminox.com.
Stop by Bunker Hill Chill and Grill in Burnups, Michigan. They have great food, plenty of big screens to watch all your favorite sports, and an outside patio that seats over 80 people for all your entertainment needs.
Nelson Steel Products, located in Holland, Michigan, has been a leader in the steel fabrication industry since 1945. Specializing in steel fabrication, robotic welding, and laser cutting, Nelson Steel Products brings years of experience to their client. With strong client relations, innovative technology, and a reputation for quality, Nelson Steel has continued to grow in the industry and in your community. When it comes to finding the right partner, it stops at Nelson Steel Products. Visit NelsonSteelProducts.com to learn more. If it's made of steel, we'll make it.
We here at Racks and Tracks take our scent control very seriously. That's why we wear Scent Lock. They are the leading innovators of scent control.
He walks within 6 yards of my tree. It was pretty neat. I had 6 does bedded right around me. I could watch those does and they'd let me know every time a deer had got in my area.
Well, I had a pretty neat experience this morning in my tree stand. I'm sitting there and I had 2 bucks approaching me, and I had 1 buck behind me that I was just getting ready to turn around and film because he was a fairly decent buck. It wasn't a shooter, but a nice one. These 2 bucks walked up in front of me. The larger one of the 2 stopped for a minute, didn't like this buck behind me. I heard him walking away from me, and he snort wheezed. Yeah, something you don't hear a lot. I mean, I've heard it quite a few times, but I never caught it on tape till now. It really surprised me when he did it, or I would have been on him, and I wish I had my big camera with me, but I didn't. Then he continued coming. He was straight downwind of me, and he checked me out in the tree stand. He seen me, and I still give credit to, Scent Lock, the clothing I wear, Asco. I'll tell you what, I'm a firm believer in that UV spray. You spray your clothes with that UV and it does make you invisible, and I'm a believer in that. I've had more deer look up that tree at me, and if you don't move, I mean, they just turn around and walk away. So pretty neat experience. I tell you what, check this out.
If you never heard a buck snort wheeze, listen real careful. That is what it sounds like. Watch him. He is trying to wind check me. He is straight downwind. Nope, nothing up there gonna hurt me. Have you ever wondered how deer cleaned herself in the wild? Well, you don't have to wonder anymore. Little brother even wanted to join in.
Well, here it is, my second full day in Missouri, and it's picking up. I mean, I'm seeing new bucks coming in. I'm seeing a lot of deer. This guy right here just showed up, just a little guy, but I see it's a different deer. It's got a little kink in his brow point that I've never seen before. So I'm pretty excited. But what I didn't know was going to happen is just before I come out of my tree stand, about 15 minutes before dark, I seen some movement up on top of the knoll. I seen a buck chasing 2 or 3 different does, and I didn't have time to film it, but I picked up my glasses and I was trying to see what it was, and I did see, I think, the buck that I'm after. Looked like a 4-year-old mature whitetail. Looked like maybe an 10 point. I'm not sure. I didn't see it that close, but it was a good deer, and that's the one I'm looking for. So it got my hopes up. I climbed down that night, and I actually moved my tree stand when I climbed down into a different tree about 60 yards further in where I was seeing most of the action and closer to where I seen that buck. I end up making a mock scrape there that night, and I didn't know that he had a scrape because it was dark about 10 feet from where I made my mock scrape. Let's see how tomorrow unfolds.
The excitement of seeing that big buck last night, I got in my tree early. I had to trim branches going up, so I made a little bit of noise. Just about daybreak, I heard a noise behind me. I could not believe it. I had a little guy working a tree. I was sitting there thinking, what a great way to start out my morning.
High-Low Builders have been in business since 1990, serving the Grand Rapids and surrounding area, specializing in custom homes, the remodel of existing homes, decks, pole barns, and light commercial projects. If you're thinking about doing any upgrades to your house or adding any additions or building a new home, get a hold of High-Low Builders and let them take care of you. If you're in the market for a new or used vehicle this fall, or to service your current vehicle, look no further than Denoyer Chevrolet. Fast, friendly, reliable service.
You get a chance, you need to check out ASCO's website. Get their product, use their sport wash your clothes, spray it in this UV. You will be amazed. It makes you invisible.
This is a new moment from Cobra Archery released this year. We got 2 adjustments on the trigger, both travel and sensitivity. Don't miss the moment.
Now this is a new guy I've never seen before. give this guy 1 or 2 more years. I'm guessing him at about 2.5 years old now.
I tell you what a great third day I had in Missouri. All day long I seen probably about 9 different bucks, 20 does. About 15-20 minutes before it got dark, I was filming this buck behind me, and he looked up on top of this hill, and I knew there was something up there the way he was acting, because he didn't like it, and he started leaving, and I looked up on the hill, and sure enough, there is a buck that I'd been waiting for. I seen him the night before, and I knew he was a buck in that area that I wanted. I knew he was about a 4-year-old buck, and you're not going to believe what happened next. You also need to remember that my wife is home with rotator cuff surgery, so she is not on this trip with me filming my hunt. I'm filming myself, and I want you to know it's not pretty.
Well, you remember I told you I moved my tree stand in the dark and I made a mock scrape? I didn't know he had one about 10 yards away from mine. Or I definitely would have cleaned a lot more branches. And who's to know he was going to walk right straight to my tree? I should have waited. I should not have drawn. I cannot believe it. I shot right over his back.
That right there, folks, is sadness. That's the buck I just missed at 33 yards. Makes me sick. Yeah, I had a beautiful 4-year-old coming down this hill. I watched him make a scrape over here. He walked right at me. Of course, I'm playing with my camera, trying to get him on film. He caught me. I tried to draw on him. He took off. I grunted. He stopped over there at about 33 yards, and I missed him.
Well, I'd like to say it's because of that camera is why I missed that buck, but I have no excuses. But I will say I have 3 more days in Missouri, and I'm very determined to harvest that buck. Let's see what happens. You are not going to want to miss next week's show.
Racks and Tracks is also sponsored by these fine products.